Tough questions. Finding who's accountable. 16 WAPT News at 10 starts now.
Big news tonight for two homegrown Mississippi stars.
One's making a splash on American Idol while the other is heading to the NFL.
And a softball coach and teacher trying to clear her name after hearing allegations she had an inappropriate relationship with a student.
Now, your weather first.
Well, most spots remained rain-free, but a gorgeous evening it is with crescent moon out there. Skies clear as a bell. So first thing in the morning, skies look good, 65 degrees, 79 by lunchtime, and a warm evening up to 84 degrees. All right, we had that surprise shower in a few spots. Find out if anything like that is possible as we head into the weekend. Coming up.
Thank you, David. What a night for Mississippi. We'll get to American Idol finalist Skylar Lane in a second, but first, Yazoo City is celebrating its newest hometown millionaire. I'm Stephanie Maxwell.
And I'm Darren Dito. Sports Director Aslan Hodges just got back from an NFL draft party for Fletcher Cox. Aslan.
Yep, I just got in the door from Yazoo City, Darren, and the Indian fans are so excited because Fletcher Cox, one of their own, is a millionaire now after hearing those magical words from the NFL commissioner.
With the 12th pick in the 2012 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Fletcher.
Go ahead and look up the phrase, the crowd erupts. You'll see a photo of the fans at Yazoo City High School. The kid they affectionately call Bug-Eye, Fletcher Cox, selected 12th overall in the NFL Draft by the Philadelphia Eagles. Incredibly poignant moment from a town with a population of 11,000, one of their own, now set to be a millionaire back in New York City. Cox couldn't let go of NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. A proud city, school, and state as Fletcher Cox goes in the first round of our nation's game coming up in sports. We'll get some reaction from those fans.
Boy, what a cool moment. Any idea what kind of a payday you think he's looking at?
They're still working on the salary pool for rookies for the 2012 season, but it's believed that's going to be slightly increased, and in that 12th slot, he's looking at probably around $11 million, Darren.
Wow, sounds great. All right, thanks, Aslan.
And now to someone else who will probably make a lot of money, American Idol finalist Skylar Lane, who gave us a huge scare tonight, though.
Skylar, you are safe to the
Yeah, she ended up in the bottom 3, but it didn't take long to find out Skylar made it to the top 5. That made folks at Reed Pierce's very happy, but fans say we have more work to do.
My heart just sank when they called her name to be in the bottom 3, and she doesn't deserve to be there. She has a powerful voice. Her performances are powerful. She does a great job. She wants to be there. She deserves to be there, and that just means we need to step it up next week and vote, 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 vote.
Next Thursday if she's part of Idol's Final 4.
A huge development tonight in an alleged Vicksburg teacher scandal. Tonight, school leaders say they're calling in police to investigate an alleged inappropriate relationship with a student. 16 WAPT's Meg Pace joins us in the newsroom. And Meg, how is the teacher reacting to these claims?
Well, the lawyer for teacher and softball coach Bethany Dykes says she's cooperating police, but he says these are all just rumors that could hurt her career.
Anything that we hear as a rumor, grapevine, we investigate.
It's extremely serious because, you know, as an educator, you can be tainted for the, for the rest of your career.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign.
Friday, Vicksburg Warren school leaders put teacher and softball coach Bethany Dykes on paid leave. Her attorney, Kevin Camp, says Dykes is the one who brought the allegation to school administrators when she heard students talking about some alleged inappropriate behavior toward a student. The superintendent says they acted immediately.
How this investigation started here at the district office level was just through rumor mill, but it doesn't matter if it's a rumor mill or not. We're not going to throw it out. We're going to look into it.
Tonight that the district felt that there was some validity to these rumors, and that's why they've turned it over to Vicksburg police.
Yeah, Meg, have any victims come forward yet?
No, the district told me tonight that no one has come forward. Parent, student, anyone has filed any kind of complaint against Dykes with police.
All right, Meg Pace, Live Force, thanks.
This is new at 10. A Jackson rap star is speaking out at a rally for Trayvon Martin.
Both Oscar Grant and Trayvon Martin are no longer with us, in large part due to the color of their skin.
That's Jackson native David Banner joining civil rights leaders and celebrities at the rally in Los Angeles. The NAACP sponsored the event that also honored slain Pasadena teen Kendrick McDade. Trayvon Martin's parents showed up to mark 2 months since his death. Meanwhile, George Zimmerman's attorney says a website created for his defense has raised more than $200,000. His attorney, Mark O'Mara, confirmed that to CNN. Zimmerman is charged with second-degree murder for Martin's shooting death. He claims it was self-defense. He bonded out for $150,000. O'Mara says the bond amount may have been higher if the judge knew Zimmerman had raised the money.
Now to a 16 WAPT investigation. Homeless shelter leaders say the state mental hospital is sending released mental patients to the streets of Jackson.
We get a lot of discharges from state hospital.
Now, when did you notice this?
Oh, this has been going on for years.
Gateway Rescue Mission workers say they serve homeless people from all over the state, but they say leaving people with mental problems at their door could be a growing problem for the city.
It's a societal problem, it's a family problem, but there's got to be a better way than discharging someone from the state mental hospital to a homeless mission.
That mission is just blocks away from 2 abandoned buildings that have burned in the past month. This week, detectives charged this man, Lucio Martinez, with setting one of those fires. Woodfield Hospital would not confirm Martinez was a patient, but the hospital does admit that they send discharged patients, that is, to the area. Now to Stephanie's special report.
Darren, we show shootings all the time. Tonight, the part you don't see.
Letting not your heart be troubled. I think that's it. I like that one.
That's the Bible verse Mary Chambers has been turning to since April 1st.
He said, Grandma, where my dad at? I ain't know what to say.
That's the day when her son, Johnny Chambers, disappeared from a relative's house around the corner and never came back home. Neighbors reported hearing a gunshot and saw a car speed away from the house.
And some from my heart just fell to the poop, to the bottom of my stomach. I said, my son is gone. I said, my son is dead.
Her motherly intuition was right. A week later, her son's body was found in the woods. The case is unsolved. This crying.
Yeah, it'll be all right. You're gonna be all right, baby.
And these tears are from 2 of the innocent victims left behind. Johnny Chambers never got to hold 6-week-old Xavier because the baby boy had to spend extra time at the hospital. He has another baby boy on the way. This is 4-year-old Johnny Jr., known as John John. His oldest is Destiny.
It's gonna be a part missing there because when they see other kids playing with their daddies and going different places, and they'll wonder what my dad is.
Every day that I turn on the news, it seems like there's another murder in Jackson. And even if that person doesn't have children, somehow or another it has affected a family.
The McLean Fletcher Center is Mississippi's first grief support center for kids 4 to 18. Jennifer Goodwin is the coordinator of the nonprofit designed to help healing and peace when kids lose a loved one. Last year, 112 children got help from McLean Fletcher, and it's now up to 140 and counting this year. 43% of the kids in the peer support groups last year lost a father. 15% lost someone to violent crime.
They can come in here as often as they need to.
Learning to deal with their grief includes writing out their feelings to their loved ones in the grief cave. If they don't get help, Goodwin says kids can grieve in destructive ways.
We're having grades drop. We're having behavioral issues. We can't concentrate in school. Those are some of the things that I hear from families when they initially make that phone call.
Dr. Walter Frazier is assistant professor in psychology and counseling at Mississippi College. He says the support and nurturing begins at home with what he calls active grieving, but he says families should be careful about sharing gruesome details about a violent crime.
For instance, if it was a violent death due to a gunshot, then she could say something along the lines of a bad man hurt him very badly and caused him to go away. and he can't come back.
Mary Chapman admits she's not emotionally ready to give her grandchildren, like John, the answers they so desperately want. She's letting their grandfather explain.
Well, my dad and Papa, because he don't understand it. And then especially when that casket was closed and he didn't see his daddy's face. And, but he tried to explain to him. He said, your daddy gone to heaven. He's gone to another place, but he'll always be in your heart right here.
Well, the McLean Fletcher Center is free for kids who are learning to deal with their grief. In fact, the center is hosting a summer camp for kids who've experienced the death of someone in their lives. We do have a link to the website on WAPT.com. And remember, Darren, these kids still want to know who killed their daddy. So at this point, all police know is that it was a white car, maybe a Nissan Maxima, that sped away from a relative's home back on April 1st. So if you know anything about who killed Johnny Chambers, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers tonight at 601-355-TIPS.
It's really tragic. I mean, really. All right. Thank you, Stephanie. Well, detectives in 2 counties are praising a police chief who may have stopped a pair of serial robbers. New Hebron Police Chief George Walker says he heard a woman scream outside the 43 Food Mart Wednesday night. She says she just closed the store when 17-year-old Denzel Sandifer pulled a gun on her. The police chief says he approached Sandifer, who ran away.
And it startled her, scared her, and put the gun up next to her, and she just started screaming. That's all she could do. She was scared to death.
I'm very grateful and proud that we have somebody out there watching for us. I feel like New Hebron's a safe place.
Chief Walker and Lawrence County Sheriff's deputies caught up with the suspect and 22-year-old Charles James. Police say he tried to rob another store employee.
A hearing that will decide whether JPS will keep its accreditation will continue next month. 6 school leaders and a psychologist took the stand as JPS made a plea to keep its status as a fully functioning school district. JPS has 2 major problems at this point: not meeting deadlines for financial reports and serious faults with the special ed program. Interim Superintendent Dr. Jane Sargent is expected to take the stand May 21st when that hearing reconvenes.
A local college president is a finalist to become the president at West Virginia State University. Dr. Donna Oliver is currently the president of Mississippi Valley State University. The school says she is a finalist in Charleston, West Virginia. Oliver's contract expires in December. In November, Oliver received a vote of no confidence from faculty members. She's been president at Mississippi Valley since January of 2009. Oliver is one of 3 finalists for the job in West Virginia.
A Richland-based company is expanding into southwest Mississippi. C Spire Wireless is using part of a $3 million complex in Meadville for its customer billing operations. The company is the largest privately held wireless provider in the country. Economic leaders say C Spire did not want to leave its Mississippi roots.
A company that could be anywhere they wanted to be. It was mentioned in Mississippi. It could be anywhere in the country they wanted to be. To continue to reinvest in southwest Mississippi and rural America speaks highly of the abilities of our area.
The other half of the building is for Telepac Networks. That's an internet and telecommunications provider. It's using the building as a customer call center.
Plans to build a St. Dominic health facility in Madison have died. St. Dominic wanted to relocate 71 beds from its Jackson campus to a $121 million Madison hospital that would include a huge public park. The state Supreme Court upheld a lower court's ruling that said what St. Dominic proposed was not a relocation of beds, but a new hospital.
A jet is forced to land in the Windy City after a passenger becomes ill. Why health leaders were called in to screen the strange rash on the passenger's body.
And an Alabama man is behind bars tonight for impersonating Justin Bieber. How he tricked several young girls into sending him their nude photos.
Weekend forecast and find out if there's any rain, which will affect your weekend plans. It's all coming up. You're watching 16 WAPT News.
16 WAPT, the station finding who's accountable. Awarded Best Newscast by the Associated Press. Again.